That asking questions. What kind of a society are we building, when we allow these things to fester? If you know of experiences or you've seen instances, we're not asking you to tell us the names. Tell us about the stories. Tell us about instances where parents have received, either cash or gifts from their teenage children, or even children of theirs whom are not working, or who even are working but cannot afford it, and yet they accept these gifts from their children. How does that make you feel? Listen, our WhatsApp number, like we always tell you, is 055 11 995. That's our WhatsApp number. It's 055 11 995. Share your thoughts with us as to what to make of this. And what should be the limit anyway? Even if parents should accept such things from their children, should there be a limit, or they should not even accept it at all? Now, Leo, you grew up in an area where I'd say had a lot of people live in, let's say, compound, houses. I don't want to mention the name of the area. How common would you say this thing is, where parents would either ask or will accept gladly and willingly gifts from their children? Children they know are not working, or even if they are working, cannot afford these things. Any experiences to share?
Yeah, a lot. It's quite common among the girls, among the boys. With the girls, for instance, they are the ones who go out and then come and drop something on the table for their moms.
When you say go out doing what?
Who knows? That's the big question. And it's not like they are employed or anything. So it's not uncommon to see a teenager, say 16, 17-year-old, running around, being picked up by some private car, going somewhere and coming back to drop them, and the parents will not ask any questions. Is that your boyfriend? Is that your whoever it is? They don't ask any questions, and sometimes they know. And even it goes to a point where even some of these mothers will even encourage or lead their children on, because when they go, akrabafi.
But the point again is, yesterday when the three of us were having a conversation, one of the things you mentioned was
the young man. Yeah.
Not about a young man. We're talking about the young man in a bit, but we're talking about girls who themselves are willing to give themselves to people of foreign nationals, or even Ghanaians, for money.
Yeah.
And they are more than willing, 15, 16, 17, are more than willing to even introduce their friends to the same group of people.
Yes.
And get their monies and take it back home. Why would a parent, knowing that your 15, 16-year-old child does not work, or even if he's learning a trade or something, cannot afford certain things, why do parents look unconcerned?
I think it all boils down to poverty. Some of these parents of these children, they got close next to nothing. How to put food on the table, they are not working. Even if they are working, there's some modua business they are doing in front of their house. Nothing is really going on for them. So their children becomes the
breadwinners.
Yeah, the breadwinners. And whatever means, whatever way they go out there to get the money is not questioned.
And again, yesterday you talked about a guy who's bought a car.
A
guy who's bought a car, and everybody knows in the community that this guy doesn't do any kind of
so he's a fraud boy.
Legitimate job.
Yeah, he's a fraud boy. Everybody knows. I mean, these things are not secret when it comes to these areas, Bantamash, now all these places. And he bought a nice Sonata. And the beautiful thing is, every Sunday or sometimes when the mother is going somewhere, that beautiful family setting, or the Nimiya girl to school and all those things, and
going to a church. So this guy is into fraud, which of course is wrong. And then the irony of it, then Sunday come and pick your mom in that fraudulent acquired vehicle, and they take the person to church.
So and they were living right opposite me. So every time I saw it, I was like, well, I don't care. It's their family, but is the mother questioning how the son is?
But is it to suggest to know that to say that the mother doesn't know what the guy is into?
That is the question. That is what she knows. If she knows, then it's
because even
really
if she doesn't know, people in the community, people in the area will talk.
Because me, as old as I am, there was a time that I did some jigogo with some friends, and then some money came, and then I think the friend gave me about 10,000 cedis. When I took the money, I gave some to my mom. I gave her about 2,000, and then she started questioning me. So in kind of way, in a grin, I'm saying, "Hey, when you got nothing,
you talk to mother like that."
I mean, we had that relationship.
I understand, but she wanted to know where you got.
She wanted to know, as old as I am.
Did you tell her?
I told her. I didn't tell her. I don't.
Did she still accept the money?
She accepted it, but she understood that it wasn't from any wrong source. You know,
It wasn't from any wrong source.
But
So,
then when she saw it, she was concerned enough to try and know where I got that money from. Because at that time I wasn't working. So where did you get the money from?
No, David, you see, Leo's mother was concerned. That is one. She may not have proved further, but she showed concern.
which of course is good.
Which is good.
That's-
But David, you cannot tell me that you have a son who is at the polytechnic, who not paying school fees. Then he comes home, he's using a car, and you are telling me you don't know he's into something. No, David, you see, people fringe ignorance and allow these things to fester. David, when you are working, at most every job you have even journalists, you have a 5-year journalist. In Ghana, you all know the average salary, 2,000, 5,000, 3,000. Don't you know? We know. We know national service. Akuetteh Adaroma, and the 28% account. Now it's 750 cedi. It was 559. So if Kate, and I'm using Kate for example, Kate is one of our social media executives. She's a national service personnel. She does other jigogos, but her per salary, we all know.
Which of course is not even regular.
It's not regular. It's 555. They don't even get the 559. It's 555. Kate comes home and uses my iPhone 11 some. This phone is about, Kate, get the price from, it's about 4,000, 5,000. David, the 555 means that you have to complete the entire 1 year of national service to accrue 6,000.
Without spending a CD of that money.
So when you are starting the service, you are using any other brand. These normal Android brands that are lesser. I don't want to mention the brand's name to promote them. That are lesser. You all know the brands, the TTs and all that, the eyes and all that, right? Now you use an iPhone which is costing 5,000. Nema me cry because they be me portrait back home. David, you know these things. The mother will ask the daughter to come and take portrait pictures of her.
Let me throw in this question. If a parent, and mostly it's the mothers who accept these things. So I was surprised when I realized that Botwe gave 50,000 Ghana cedis to the father. I don't know whether the father queried her and asked her how she came by the money, because as a father, you know what job your child does. I don't know whether he queried her and maybe she said, well, the minister gave it to her as a gift. And again, I'm speaking hypothetically here.
Yeah.
I'm not justifying or concluding on anything. I'm just thinking aloud here. Should the concern be just giving out the cash or the personal items, or should be on the amount of what is being given?
David, let me use my madam Akuetteh. Papa Kufia Champon. I'll give my father. Now, when I even started multimedia, my dad didn't know my salary, right? So one time, I think his birthday last year, my dad has always wanted this kaftans. So you know what I did? I bought some Budin fabrics and then I sent to him. So my kid brother, we are 6. My kid brother took delivery of the thing at the station and took it to him. Oh, my father normally will call you. So apparently I called my brother that. I was giving the thing to my dad. And I was like, what's what?
Thinking about what?
Yes, I didn't understand. You know, your 60th bed, I was an old dream once. I didn't call me. I mean, it was weird. And this happened just last year, November. My dad's birthday, 16th November. Yes, and I was like, to it, like basically, do they pay you really well? Because I know you're now starting and all
So
that.
to his mind, what you sold for him, the kaftan is expensive.
Yes.
And he was wondering whether your salary would
matches. And beyond that, he knows I rent in Kumasi, right? So ordinarily, I pay rent, I pay utilities, I feed, I go to work, right? And he also knows that by that time, petitions about. So he questioned how to explain. Though he doesn't know my side, something that is with me is not anything bad, but I had to convince him, for him to be convinced to wear that on the Sunday of his birthday. So David, I'm not a father, but David, even me, my friend, if I know the work you do, you and I, let's say you are my colleague at multimedia, then I need a loan so that you're able to give me 50,000. Charlie, so it must break something in me.
So
what are you doing that? I'm not doing that.
So the question is, why don't parents? I mean, you talked about your 10,000 Ghana cedis thing. You give out 2,000 to your mom. she fiercely asked you how you came by the money. You said you gave a kaftan to your dad through your brother who picked it up at the station. You have not heard from your dad to say, oh, acknowledging receipt or saying thank you. So you tried to pry, and then you told her what? He says he's thinking about whether his son could afford the kaftan and all that. Why is it that in this day and age, in our setting, many, I'm not saying all, many parents will not ask questions as to where this one is coming from? And listeners, in case you just tuned in, this is Love in the Morning. It's on Love 99.5. Now, we know that an 18-year-old, and she's only 18 years, and she, was a house girl to a former minister of this country. The minister we know has resigned. All right? And we're talking about...
Madame Dapa.
Yeah, Cecilia Dapa. Now, this girl, we are told, allegedly steals so much money. 350,000, Ghana cedis, 300,000 euros, $1 million, gave $1 million Ghana cedis to her ex-boyfriend. The boy challenge the boy not on the power, no. But where our interest lie is in the father. She gave the father 50,000 Ghana cedis. Your daughter is only 18. She is a house help. As a house help, how much is she paid? And she gives you 50,000.
No questions
and I'm sure
asked.
you know that she might have bought a house, rented an apartment, furnished. I know maybe the father knows. And you never queried or questioned. I'm just thinking aloud. If the father did, I applaud him. But we're broadening the conversation and saying that, unfortunately, in many homes, where some of these things emanate, parents or some parents do not ask questions. And I'm asking, why?
David, the father didn't ask. You know why I know?
Tell me.
How was the lady or the heist uncovered? It was because
She was stealing some more, and then the husband of Dapa,
exactly. They had a master bedroom. I've gone out, so let's use our studio. We know that this particular studio is locked. Our programs manager is the only person have access. Apuzo goes to town, go and eat, come back. You notice that the door is a bit open.
It's a duplicate key.
Yes. So he goes there, he sees a key. This key is usually so how come a key? So meaning that they've created a duplicate key. He enters, sees somebody hiding behind the door, discovers that it's the house help. Then he pricks him that, let me check, maybe something untoward has happened. That's how they identified. Now, as we said, the matter is in court, so we don't understand the pros and cons. But if the father, having received the 50,000, have matched the daughter to the minister's house, my best was here, Brunya Dini. I'm part. No, I'm coming. I'm saying that you giving me 50,000. I'm based on a hypothesis that she may have said that it's a gift to her, maybe a parting gift or something. Matching her to then the house would have been discovered much earlier. Now, David, let me give you another instance. When I came to KNUST, 2014, I had a girlfriend. She's called Vanessa. Then she gifted me this kaftan. So apparently it was then I discovered what my mom was doing.
You have a family of kaftans, I don't know.
No, but that one was not the latest kaftans that I in.
It's not a kaftan, but you go ahead.
A shirt kind of. So apparently that incident made me realize what my mom was doing all along. I had gone on vacation. I think even in second year, not first year, because I was off campus. I had gone to the house. Then I came home, I'm here to me, like my bag and everything. Shirt, where did you get this shirt from? Where did you get this from? So apparently my mom was tracking my clothes and bag and shoes and asked you everything. But David, you ask why parents are not doing that. Why they are not doing that for me? The first thing is poverty.
Well, Sami Dubaji is listening to us. So Sami, good morning to you and thanks for tuning in. Yes, sir.
David, poverty. Poverty. See, David, sometimes poverty makes, because I've also seen some parents do certain things because was casino.
Yeah.
Prepaid and everything. So, like, you see,
you have a daughter who is not working. She comes back home and she's wearing 1,500 CD Brazilian hair.
Yes.
Wearing high heels and
this is not new. We know of situations where there are girls who are supposed to be in the university. When they're leaving home, they wear, modest dressing because that's what the parents, can afford. But they go to school and they have a certain lifestyle. Where on campus, some of them own cars on campus, but when there's a vacation, they leave their cars on campus and go back home.
Yeah.
There's some clothing they don't even take back home. They leave those same clothing either at the hostel or at home. I'm happy with what your mom did. In your absence, she went to your room, went into your suitcase, was trying to ascertain for herself what my son has. I didn't buy this for him. I didn't buy that for him. Where from this? That's a good mother. But in this setting that we are in right now, Even if a mother should even want to do this, I'm sure that some of the sons and daughters would rain insults. Would rain insults. But the question is, at least you have been a responsible parent.
Now, David, another thing that, and I always make this example when we discuss family, David, the breakdown of the extended family system. David, and Ghana, and pardon me, it's not like I don't speak English, that I just want to blend. David, Obinti Obibao. Once I cry, the person is just misbehaving. But you can't question the child. You are afraid. The mother will attack you. Oh, so David don't walk around now. No, bonini na the way they will, So now people feel like so people even see children behaving in a certain irresponsible, a certain indisciplined manner. They can't go and report.
And aside from the home and the extended family you mentioned, I would even want to take it from the church's perspective as well.
Yeah.
Even in the church. You know that somebody is not doing something legitimate, something genuine. Rumors will be around. Do pastors call and say, "Hey, Matisse, say who you, and I say who you." They'll rather call you and make you a chairman for an anniversary that is coming up because you are bringing money.
We have heard pastors,
money.
On social media blessing people, saying, "If you want to do this, do computer fraud, come, I will bless you."
Yes.
What kind of a society are we building?
David, we're building a society where we worship money. We are building a society where, David, about David, the treatment some of us we had from our extended family and all that, it shaped us to a certain extent in life. But now there's too much nuclearization of everything. A mother, son, 3.5 children, the father wakes up. David, look at the time you leave. Your wife also maybe, if not to cooperate, she may leave a bit later. But the normal Ghanaian trader, 3:30, as well, no crew through market. He has to go and wait for the car coming from the food basket to sell.
How can we change this? How can we change this? Because if we allow it to go on, it's only going to get worse. Now you and I know. I mean, the 15-year-olds are doing all manner of things just to make money. And unfortunately, parents are not being responsible enough to shape the lives and the future of these kids. So when you start doing some of these wrong things at the age of 15, 16, 17, when you become a managing director for an institution or become a minister of state or get some big position, what will happen?
Oh, David, one will own your minister. Like 15 years started, bravo.
But some of them are good. Hey, some of them are so good. I don't want to mention names. There are some people that I know what they did before, but they are so intelligent, so smart. They are into politics right now.
They are there because when you change their family tree, and no more than it's because
but still they are there.
I get it, but I'm just saying that it's because someone created a certain path. I'm not a father, but David, for me, what I see is that if we don't bring back some element of the extended family and a community ownership, that's the word I use, community ownership of children and how community models children, we'll be in trouble. David, and even extended further. Now you go and live in new neighborhoods. Nobody asks you anything. Mm-hmm. You see a gentleman, na dwaba, wabeda, no ko, akosuya, then he goes. And you see an elderly woman in the house. What's mean koka?
What's true? For fear of
back in the days, it wasn't like that. If you were doing it, you do it with a certain kind of measure.
David,
but now it's just
when I'm coming to work 7. Yeah. Then David, these things when we are kids, you know that 2:30. Even the movements and all that, David.
Yeah. I look at these things and I fear for this country.
Yeah.
Because, but to be honest, looking at how tough things are in Ghana right now, how many parents would have what it takes to question this 50,000 that this 18-year-old is giving?
No, David, even beyond the 50,000, do you know what the girl did? He gave, you see, the 18-year girl there, she needs to be studied. She gave the ex-boyfriend
$1 million Ghana cedis.
$1 million Ghana cedis.
For me, that's a boyfriend. I don't have a problem. I'm looking at the father.
You know, for a boyfriend, it's not surprising that they do that.
The ex-boyfriend, $1 million Ghana cedis.
It could also be another 20-year-old who is not that,
who does not care.
Wow. So that one,
the house she rented, the house she bought, the car she...
And I'm tempted to know, and I'm tempted to think that the parents knew exactly what the girl was doing in the house. Because it's just above, normal human thinking for your 18-year-old girl who is a maid servant in the house to be bringing this much amount of money and things like a gift.
But the point again is, the question is, how many parents in this day and age Ghana want to rent? Well, I don't know back to school fees to me. 18-year-old 50,000 Ghana cedis, bro. So Akuetteh, who question? How many parents will we put today? You know, yesterday I was telling you that you imagine that your father asks for money from you, and then you're not able to give your father the money, and then your father hears you on the phone. Oh, until envelope and drum and they bro, eh? 5,000 a woman count Jaya. When your father is looking for 500 cedis, you think your father overhears the conversation and comes to Kwame. And me pay 500 we want 5,000. I mean, in this day and age, the kind of system we are running, the difficulty in the system. How many parents?
Yeah. They will even encourage them to go and bring more.
The money anyway.
You know, David, I really like to hear the perspective of someone like Uncle Joe. I don't know if he's listening.
Uncle
George,
okay.
You know, Kofi, parents. Because David, you know, this thing bothers me. I'm a young man, but sometimes I see how colleague youth are behaving. You know, and David, it's scary because you know. It's a channel, and we all say that we are the what?
Future leaders.
The future leaders.
You know, Eugene, let me give you another example. But so, I work with a lot of youth.
Don't forget it. But again, Chinese bio or thought that you only may so to go. Churches, refrigerators, televisions, maybe inches now TV. But you go on. You work with a lot of youth.
Most of the time, you know, I play around with the youth a lot. And this particular one, he was like, senior Maya from EP. So one day, I took him to this pub. It was during the Christmas season. And then, you know, I think we've been there for me and Dave. A nice place. People come there and have a good time at around Ahonjo area. Oh, yeah, we've been there. So, you know, people were coming in driving Benzes and, you know, the C300s and all that. And the only question he was asking me was, hey, do we mean our Game Boys? You know, and in their mind, anytime they see anybody with flashy cars, the only thing that comes into their mind is fraud.
They're to fraudulent
activities. Yeah, that is their understanding of success now. That's why I always say, you know, in our days, we were looking at the Alaji Bandas and all these people as, you know, they were the epitome of success. But now it's not. When you speak about success to the next young man or young lady on the street right now, it's number one. It's Hash Puppy. It's Hadja for real.
And then the sad thing is, when you parents see these things, instead of chastising your child and say, where did you get it from? Other parents will say, Eugene, Team. Yes. We don't really care.
Yes, David. And David, I said, David, another thing is that phrase, look at your mate. David, that thing is pushing a lot of people, wrongful marriages, wrong jobs, criminal activities. Look at your mate. David, David, sometimes too, in as much as the case, I feel that the parents also by their wedding, their phrases and how they even criticize us, pushes some of us into certain things. David, you know that you've taken me to the university. Yeah, and I'm person me in Juma. But if you see David working, David and I completed Legon together. Right, but
you don't see David working. You see David driving a Porsche car.
Exactly. So
you don't see David working. Your concern is how come David's driving a Porsche car, my son or daughter is not driving a Porsche car. Whatever David did or is doing to be able to drive, do same. That's all that matters.
But that's problematic.
Problematic for why?
That's problematic.
Listeners, you can join us now on 03-220-83596, 03-220-83597, 03-220-83598. What are your expectations of parents when it comes to receiving gifts from their children or even asking for help, financial help from their children? We're having this conversation, and we know that the matter is in court, so we're being careful. But we're having this conversation because an 18-year-old who is a house help to a former minister was able to give to his father 50,000 Ghana cedis. And for me, I'm saying that I'm not concluding, but Eugene says the analysis that he's made in his mind as a partner besides the bad onions can way.
Oh, I mean, you couldn't have 50K.
So why can't parents query their children? We're not necessarily talking about this 18-year-old person. We're generalizing the conversation. Why can't parents query where the wealth of their children is coming from? How come parents will not, expose such children? Is that the right thing to do by keeping quiet? Kofi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Dave.
Hi, Kofi.
It's interesting the way media in Ghana will always want to divert people's attention from issues that involves persons from NPP fraternity. Okay. This issue that has come, We are investigating. We are blaming the young girl's father for taking money from the child. She is the daughter. And we all know she is working with somebody who has money, who has got this huge amount of money in his room. It means that the woman is a billionaire. And so, if the girl had told the father that this money is a gift from my master, will the father say, no, I will not take? Look, the minister should tell Ghanaians how these monies were kept in her room. That is important. We should not blame any parent for whatever.
Well, thank you very much, Kofi. Those are your thoughts. And interestingly, all of us in the studios do not agree with you, but those are your thoughts. And I don't want to comment on it. You want to comment on it, you can go ahead.
Yes, David. All that we are saying is that, you see, we are not talking about the minister, and nobody is diverting attention.
We talked about the minister. Hold on. We talked about the minister on Monday. We talked about her on Tuesday.
And on Saturday on
But we're looking at this kind of society.
Yes. And David, you see, the fact that I can be a maid to Kwame Despite or Kwesi.
It doesn't mean pay 100,000.
It doesn't mean that Kwesi will hand over 50,000 to me to give to my father. That's the point you are making. So I can work for even Jesus Christ.
And even if Kwesi Chung would want to give you that amount, and he can afford it and will give you that amount, as a responsible father,
match me to him.
Find out whether your child is telling you the truth or not. Since can say the matter is in court, let me just keep quiet, because I was going to say that if the child is sentenced or something happens right now, would the father be happy? Let's speak to Nana Akuetteh. Good morning, sir. No, let's speak to Frank, actually. Frank came in through. Okay, Frank, I'm told that we lost you on the line. Frank, if you're listening, call us back. All right, Frank, let's hear from you. We'd like to hear from you. Nana Akuetteh, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. I'm going to go through this line. One, education. You see, it says charity begins at home. So the shaping up of a child and a child's brain or mind depends on what goes on in the home. And as well, its environment. Let's ask ourselves now. Back in the days, we used to have cantata, a children's program on our television. We used to have responsible journalists speaking on radio in a responsible way. But right now, what do we see? The shaping up of the child's brain is being brainwashed by even our television. Tune in every channel that you find on the television, and it's either someone is doing Bejiska, Bejiska. You tune into HTV stations in Ghana, and it's about not programs made in Ghana. It's about some programs portraying some sources of Mexican or something, an Indian thing on our TVs now. Tune into TVs, and then you want to go to social media, and even the guts of journalists, even coming on TV or radio, insult adults. So the moral of the child, right from day one, learning, watching TV is gone, because its environment is shaping him or her not to be what? And insulting, not to respect adults. And the sad thing is that when someone decides that, look, I'm going to get onto this journalist, I'm going to put a journalist online, then the same journalist, some people will come and say, oh, the standard of journalism is going down, press freedom, world decision, we are coming down, and then we start blaming people. So it's and our own future, the more we do this, we are hurting our own future. It's time that we go back to the roots, the genesis of these issues, and start clearing all those TV stations, clearing all those.
I hear you, Nana Akuetteh. Thank you very much. And listen, when you come, I'm going to go straight to the point for us, please. Thank you so much, Nana Akuetteh, for joining us. Justice is on the line, but Justice, hold the line for me first. Let me speak to Ken, who came through before you. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, David.
Let's hear.
How are you?
Fine, I'm fine.
David, you know what? When I saw the topic on your chat, I just asked myself, do we have to discuss this? That was the question I asked myself. But later I convinced myself, and then I'll try to think about it. David, you know, as old as I am, 60 years, I'm not 60, but as old as I am, you know, Sia, a friend of mine who is an immigration officer, he came visiting me, and then when we went out, we came home with 2 cars. And do you know, this guy is working, and I'm also working. Do you know when we came home? It's not any Porsche car, just an Akuetteh. Okay. When we came home with this car, my mom called me and asked me where from this car. So you see, charity, they say, begins at home. When we have parents who question us, who ask us where we got this from, you see, it will lead to the fact that when we get position in government, and then authorities too will question us where we get our word from. But when we parents or elders at home refuse to do this, these same people, we will grow up, and then when we attain this position, we will steal from the country, and authorities have no right, because that is not how we were brought up. Nobody will question us where we got this from, and then it will be the way as it is, and the country as well as it is will collapse, and nobody will do anything about it. So if Kofi should say we should stop this, or we shouldn't discuss this, but rather think about what is happening, trust me, it will be the same way. Another person will come, and then will be piling up this bunch of money in his or her room, and nobody will question him or her.
I hear you, Ken. Thank you very much, Ken, for joining us. And I think we have Justice on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Dave.
Welcome, Justice. Let's say, sir.
All right. This is Justice Akuetteh, Design Side Address. Dave, it's a big problem for us as a nation. And then looking at the way that we were brought out, during the olden days, even it starts from the home. Your mommy, somebody may even just come to even look for your mommy, where the person might even just have one or two businesses with your mom. Your mommy knows that she owns the person. But when the person is even coming for the money, your mommy will be telling you that, tell her, I'm not around. Why is she running away? We had this so-called Lampo or whatever. People were running away from it. It starts from what? Our parents. And they are the same people giving us this pressure. Why should it be so? The youth, most of them want to work, but they don't have what? The job. And when they get the opportunity, the families will start what? Pushing out pressure, piling up pressure on them. And Dave, I know this one concern the youth. Let me chip in this. There's this so-called pub around Kenyasi Abrim area from SA Junction, St. Teresa Hospital, around that particular. There's this gaming center. And last week or so, this military and then the police people, they come in, they fire some ammunition. They fire Let's Rise Center. It's a game center. The guy operates from 8 p.m. to the next morning, 5 a.m. Is the KMA aware that they are having some games and whatever drugs? They take in all sorts of substances. These are the guys, young guys, they come in with your plastic cars. I know your car, one of your pickup drives around that particular stretch. The military came in 2 a.m. They were firing arms. They were firing Left Right Center. People were running heter-scatter.
What we're going to do is we're going to take your number, Justice. We'll get in touch with you and get. Leo said he knows about the place, so we'll pick it up. All right, we'll pick it up. Justice, thank you very much. Emmanuel, good morning, sir. Hello, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Welcome, and let's hear you, sir.
No worries. This Kofi Bagima's issue, I think he was not able to articulate it properly. And look at it from this angle. Here is a case. This 18-year-old is a housemaid to a minister. And now, politicians, people know that politicians have money. They have a lot of money. So for an 18-year-old to bring 50,000 to the mother or parent, there's high expectation that, this is even a chicken change. We have to face it. The society has accepted, and it is true, that politicians can even take months to make millions of Ghana cedis. So what is 50,000 cedis? So, look at it from that angle. And that is what I think Kofi Bagima was trying to say, and then he messed up. He brought NPP in and then destroyed the whole thing. But the point is that this 18-year-old is serving a minister, and politicians can make money.
So are you saying that, as we speak now, we now know that the money was ill-gotten? But the bottom line is, we are saying that as responsible parents, what we need to be doing is that your child, do you know what 50,000 Ghana cedis is?
But my main question
He
is,
is bringing in politician house. And what I know is politicians have money.
So if they have money, we should steal from them?
All right, thank you.
A question.
Hello?
Yeah, if they have money, so should we steal from them?
Oh, no, I wouldn't even imagine that it was stolen.
But now we've been told that the money was stolen.
I think that it was given to her.
Well, Emmanuel, thank you very
you live with, for instance.
Emmanuel, thank you very much, sir, for your time. Listen, Yellow Asante, man, Yasana Bo, it's been an amazing Ashanti Fest 2023 so far, and we still have more to offer. Asante, man, we are still showing you loads of love and showering you with great offers. Make a date and join us at the finals of the Grand Ashanti Fest Cup. Is it going to be Adriso or Kwadaso who carries the prestigious cup? Now, the cash and, of course, the bragging rights. Come and support your community at the Utumfo AstroTurf Park, Dichemso, on Sunday, the 30th of July from 2 p.m., whilst we resolve all your customer issues and deliver exceptional service at our Experience Center. So spread the word to your family and friends. Visit our Experiential Center at the Utumfo AstroTurf Park, Dichemso, for your SIM and Momo registrations and transactions. Just go on and dial *141# to enjoy up to 1 gigabyte extra data when you buy your unique data bundles on MTN just for you. This is a special offer just for you, lovely people of Asante Man. Osekrum, Ashanti Fest Ayed de Brutal. Come, let's have fun and stay connected everywhere you go.
David, good morning. Another interesting program.